Hey guys, this is Chris with Blind Man's Bluff Gaming and welcome to my Alan Wake review. Make sure you watch until the end of this video to pick up some pro tips that will hopefully help you enjoy this game more and get through some tough spots. Alright guys, let's get started. My favorite thing about this game is I love the creepy, suspenseful atmosphere. For example, being in the woods and hearing and seeing the darkness filling the sky as an environment, or the music telling you that the Taken are coming. The plot. Alan Wake visits Bright Falls and loses his wife. Did she drown and now Alan Wake is insane? Or is all this caused by supernatural evil? You join Alan on his quest to survive and find the truth, and hopefully find his wife Alice again. Excitement level. Alan Wake keeps you immersed in this uneasy, on-your-edge state. Now this game, let me say, will affect different people in different ways, depending on your tolerance and everything else. Personally, the first time I played it, I could play for about an hour, and then it's like I just couldn't go any further. But now later, how many years later, I played it again, and I enjoyed it. I just loved it. It felt like a roller coaster. Controls.
Oh my
The
gosh,
controls in this game are tight, but I did notice I did die a couple times just because, I tried tap and dodge or pulling out a flare at the last second and it just didn't do it. Graphics. This game isn't a graphical powerhouse, but it does do a phenomenal job of creating atmosphere with its graphics. Sound. The sound part is critical to creating this atmosphere and tension of Alan Wake. From the sound of the darkness filling the forest to the crack of branches as Taken sneak up behind you, it all works together to create the suspense of this game. Is this game repetitive? Replayability and gaming time. First of all, repetitive. No, this game isn't repetitive at all. I didn't find it repetitive. It does a good job of introducing new game types, introducing new enemies, breaking up the combat and so forth. Replayability. As far as replayability goes, I'm not really sure. It depends on what you like to do. I would say you definitely would pick up a lot more of the story the second time through. You can also pick up the manuscripts and so forth, and get achievements you might have missed. Game time, I'm gonna call it at about 10 to 15 hours depending on your play style. Dislikes. I really only have one dislike, and I already mentioned it about the controls not being quite as split second as I'd like. I did notice I died a couple times from waiting a little too long to pull out a flare, or hitting dodge at the wrong time or something like that.
What is going on? I don't understand. It won't let me use it.
Pro tips. First one, combo your light sources. You'll run into a lot of big enemies and big objects that you have to take the darkness off before you can kill. What I found worked pretty well was dropping a flare and then using your flashlight on that bigger object, or even sometimes just dropping a flare next to it if it's stationary and just taking care of something else. My next tip will kind of go on this. I found that the flashbangs work extremely well against big objects. Tip number 3, if possible, play with a good headset or surround sound system so you can hear the Taken creeping up behind you. Most of the time the game will give you a sound cue, like the violin revving up or whatever. But there's sometimes in the game you're walking along and all of a sudden they start wailing on you. You didn't even see them. So a good surround sound headset will make a big difference. Tip number 4, you can quick scope in this game. Quick scoping is just pull in your right or your left trigger and then shoot with your right trigger without even aiming, just as a reflex. And the auto aim of the game will aim you at the head of the dude. I found this works maybe 85-90% of the time, which definitely helps, especially later in the game where you just have these packs of Taken coming at you from every single direction. Tip number 5, and I just thought of it, try and keep them in front of you. Don't let them get behind you and in front of you. Try and funnel them. Kind of like,
you know, I'm playing it on the Xbox One.
I forgot what it's called.
Compared to 60 frames
The
a
one
second,
movie,
crap. It makes a
Number 5. Save your rifle or shotgun for the
My guess
big
is
guys.
that would never happen, but hey, we can always hope.
Especially later on in the game, you'll get a lot of big guys that will take 5 to 6 pistol shots, but you can usually kill in 1 to 2 shots with a shotgun. Okay guys, I'm going to give this game an 8.5 out of 10. I think it is a game that everybody should at least give a try. It's a lot of fun. It's very well done. It has a really weird and interesting story that
the darkness,
if you're into story, this game's right up your alley.
Stuff out of the lake or something.
And I am going to give you a PSA. You can get this game for like $3 to $5. I got mine off of CD Keys for like $3. And the bonus of it is that you get the 2 DLCs for this game for free. So it's a pretty phenomenal deal. Anyways guys, thanks a lot for watching. I hope you get a chance to check out this game, and hey, you guys stay awesome.